It's time for another reality check. And counting down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Is everybody ready? Put on your tinfoil hats, press the like and subscribe buttons, tune in, and let's go! What's going on, guys? Reality Check Truth Unveiled coming at you with another one. And this video right here that we're going to take a look at, the Getchell family just got creepier. Okay, we're going to see what this is about because okay, I'm familiar with the Getchell family. I saw a video or a couple of videos sometime back where there were people freaking out at what they called signs of something weird between the father and the daughter, and I was like, okay, what's this about? And I watched it, and I'm gonna be honest with you guys, man, I didn't see anything weird there to me. I just it just felt like people were making something weird out of nothing. Okay, like for example, the father got on his knees and gave his daughter a ring. Well, I'm familiar with that process. That's called a promise ring, and usually it's not often that fathers do that, but it's not also uncommon. I mean, it's not like something that every single father out here does, but it's not an uncommon practice. For example, for a father to give a daughter a promise ring because he wants her to remain abstinent. He wants her to, basically, if you're not familiar with the promise rings and what they are, it's a ring that a father would give unto a daughter that to where the daughter would promise to not give herself to a man until he, as the father, hands her over to her husband, right? So that's actually, while it's not a biblical practice per se, you're not going to find that tradition or practice in scripture. At the same time, it's kind of an honorable tradition. It's kind of an honorable practice. It's not a commandment, so therefore every dad doesn't have to or need to do it. But there's nothing wrong or creepy about that. It's actually pretty honorable. So for people to turn that into something weird is just wrong. And it shows you how much of a decline that our society has gotten into today, that they can take something that is meant for purity and meant for to be sweet and pure and innocent and turn it into something weird and perverted that it's not supposed to be, right? Now, so when I would watch the videos between the dad and the daughter, people would say something about, they were saying things about the dad and the daughter dancing together. Again, what's the problem with that? I didn't see an issue. I've danced with my daughters, both, since they were babies. I would pick them up and dance with them when they were babies, and then as they got older, I taught them how to do different types of dances, and so we would dance together as they grow up, and they grew up dancing with me. Now they're too old to dance with Dad anymore. It's kind of sad. I miss dancing with my daughters. Honestly, I love my daughters, and it was fun dancing, having daddy-daughter dances and things like that. So again, people were turning it into something weird that, to me, I didn't see anything weird or strange about it. It just seemed like a very sweet daddy-daughter relationship, a very close, very sweet daddy-daughter relationship, and not very close in a weird way. Okay, so I didn't understand what the issues were. I just felt like people were making issues out of something, like creating something, putting something there that may not necessarily be there. But now there's another video, so that's why I didn't even bother to, I started to do a video on it back then, but I was like, man, I don't know if I really want to get into all that, because I really, I don't like when people are taking something potentially innocent and turning it into something potentially perverted or wrong, or not so innocent. So I really can't stand that people do this. And so, but at the same time, it's such a controversial topic that even myself, I have kind of tried to stay out of the limelight of these type of topics. But now it's like, okay, this video just come up, and I decided, you know what? Let's see what this is about. We're gonna watch this on the channel, and let's see if there's anything, if it really is anything that just got creepier about this. Let's find out. Okay, let's get into it.
Hello everyone, I'm Sarah, and this is my dad, Patrick.
We love to dance together and get a little crazy.
We do that normally.
Okay, right off the jump, they love to dance together. They like to get a little crazy sometimes. Okay, so what's the problem?
The Getchell family has been controversial for a while now, and honestly, it is not hard to see why.
But it is hard. For me, it's hard to see why. See, there's the promise ring. There's a scene from when he gave her the promise ring, and that's an honorable thing. There's nothing weird about that. That is a dad enticing his daughter to make a promise to keep herself pure until he hands her over to her husband in marriage. And there's nothing wrong about that. There's nothing weird about that. I don't understand why people have to, if there's anything weird, it's because people all the people making this weird are probably creeps in their own minds, and they have perverted thoughts to even turn this into something weird. In my opinion. Most likely. I mean, maybe people need to start searching their own hearts. I'm just saying, because if you're taking something that's innocent like this and turning it into something weird, then you are the ones having weird thoughts. Just saying.
Why? Patrick, his daughter Sarah, and his wife Teresa built their TikTok around being extremely close. Or should I say, between Patrick and Sarah, they're extremely close. But over time, people started noticing things that did not feel normal. Like I said, the way Patrick and Sarah interact.
Okay, did not feel normal. What's normal? What is normal? I guess the norm today is for dads to just work and come home and do their own thing, moms to work and come home and do their own thing, and the children to just do their own thing, and the families just be separated and not really do anything together, or not have any close relationships, don't dance together, don't show any affection for one another. The dad should never show affection for his child or his daughters, especially his daughters, and the mom should not, maybe the mom can get away with it a little bit, but it's like, okay, what's normal? What do you call normal? Because to me, the way society acts today is not normal. I'm sorry, I don't see that, because if I don't know, I think society and the mindset of society today is just twisted, just absolutely twisted.
and the constant live streams and the strange explanations whenever viewers question something. And this pattern where the more people watch, the more little details start feeling impossible to ignore. And recently, a 3 a.m. live stream has become one of the weirdest examples recently. The live stream starts out with Sarah and Patrick apparently testing a game, and it's 3 a.m. But they are not in the living room, they are not in Sarah's bedroom. They are sitting together inside Patrick and Teresa's bedroom around 3 a.m. in the morning. And already that is weird, especially considering how much controversy already surrounds.
Alright, now I do see that there. Now this is what. Now I gotta be honest. This is a little weird to me. I don't, and I'm not the one. I really have not seen anything weird about anything that they've done up to this point. But it is a little strange that they're in the bedroom at 1:26 a.m. in the morning, and is that even the same girl? I mean, I guess it's supposed to be, I guess, but I'm gonna be honest, this girl in this video here almost looks like a completely different girl, or different female. And this girl looks younger than the daughter that we've been seeing. I mean, her facial features look different. Her cheeks are more puffed out. This chick's cheeks are more puffed out than the other girl. So maybe maybe she gained some weight, but in gaining a little bit of weight, which wouldn't be surprising if you look at the genes of the dad. You're not picking on him or anything, not trying to make any mean remarks toward him. I mean, some people are just, more big bone than others, I guess. It is what it is. And of course, when you see the mom, she's not exactly a thin kitty either. So, but nevertheless, so she, maybe the daughter here gained some weight, but why does she look so much younger in this more recent video here, or photo, or screenshot, than she did in the past? In the last one, it doesn't even look like the same girl. I don't know.
It's the boundaries between Patrick and Sarah. The bed behind them is messy.
Okay. The bed's messy, probably because they've been sitting on it playing video games. I mean, come on, dude. Like, is anybody actually familiar with fitted sheets? They tuck underneath the mattress, but so they can actually come undone. Like, if you're, especially when you have bigger people, more people that actually have a little bit more weight on their bodies. Sitting on the edge of the bed, the opposite end of the bed where they're sitting, the sheets can easily become undone. So again, I mean, I could see where someone could probably make something weird out of this, but at the same time, why? Why turn this into something weird when this could happen to anyone at any point in time? Now, I do agree that it is, what is weird isn't the bed, but rather that the fact that they are up at 1:26 a.m. playing a video game together, and then we could ask, well, where's the mom at? I could see how that might look a little weird.
And sitting upright, and Sarah is sitting there right with Patrick, and Teresa, well, who knows? She is somewhere else, nowhere to be seen, which leaves people to question, where is his wife? Because even without making some massive accusation, this is still an adult father and daughter hanging out alone inside the parents' bedroom at 3 a.m. while live streaming to strangers. With this particular family, people were obviously going to notice that, and then the live stream ends, and then...
Well, maybe, I mean, okay, again, I mean, you're taking something that could potentially be completely innocent Okay, so they're up at 1 o'clock in the morning playing video games together. Now, I can't relate to that, even as a father having daughters, because my daughters just aren't into games like that. They just don't. One of my daughters likes to play Fortnite and, whatever. She likes to play Fortnite or something. But haven't really played games with my daughters as far as video games are concerned. So we would not have been found at 1 o'clock in the morning playing video games. But I have stayed up late playing games with my boys, with my boys. So we have stayed up late playing video games together, and if they're and then you go, well, why are they playing in the bedroom instead of in the living room? Well, who knows? I mean, it doesn't necessarily mean that there's anything weird going on. There could be a reason behind it. There could easily be a reason behind this. Maybe the mom fell asleep on the couch for some reason. Maybe the mom's at work and whatever, and who knows? There could be personal reasons that they don't want to, nor should they have to be obligated to get into. But they were in the mood to play video games. It was 1 o'clock in the morning. They're like, hey, let's just go to the room and play video games for whatever reason. I mean, who knows? I mean, I'm not trying to justify or downplay anything that could potentially be weird, but at the same time, it's not cool to just throw out accusations onto people without any fallible evidence, especially when you're stretching it. I mean, when it's like a serious stretch,
30 minutes pass. About half an hour later, they come back, and this is where things start looking stranger. Sarah does not look the same. Her hair appears noticeably messier. Her expressions are different. She's low energy. She looks a lot more disconnected from what is actually happening around her. And as you can see from the first live stream they did 30 minutes prior, she actually was drinking something, and people speculate that maybe she got sedated. Meanwhile, Patrick seems almost like the opposite.
Oh my god. See, and accusing him of sedating his daughter. Like, come on, guys, that's messed up, dude. Now, if he did, then by all means, there should be punishments for it. But I mean, God, come on, guys, that's a serious accusation and stretch there. Let's just keep it real.
Appears more energized, more awake, more talkative, and then people notice the bed.
And she's still smiling back there in the background. I mean, it's not like. Yeah, she looks tired, she looks a little exhausted, but it is like freaking, by this time, after 2 o'clock in the morning. And, okay, so they made the bed. How is that a bad thing that they made the bed? I mean, come on, dude, it's like, it just seems like this is people are just reaching for straws, man. Just it seems like people are just reaching for straws, trying to find something creepy about this guy, trying to just make something, put something here, to build something here. There's got to be something. There's got to be, if you guys have followed the Reckless Ben case, for example, it's, some of you people are starting to remind me of Eminem McNeff here. When he was screaming about Reckless Ben, to the police, talking about there's got to be something. He must have broken some kind of rule or done something. He's got to have done something. Come on, we got to get him on something. We got to find something wrong with him. Why? I mean, why do you have to act like this toward people? What, because he's not a handsome guy, or because he's not like this muscular, tall, dark, handsome dude, or maybe because you can look at their clothes and tell that they're not super wealthy, they're not rich, they're not living a luxurious lifestyle, they're not wearing Gucci clothes, and maybe because he's a little bit overweight and she's a little overweight, and they might be what some people in the world would call, it looks like a white trash family or something. I mean, who knows? I'm not calling them that, but I'm just saying, is that how you view these people? Just because they may not be up to some other people's standards as far as their living lifestyle or living situations? I mean, come on, this is messed up, man.
Ed, the bedding behind them does not appear to be sitting exactly how it was during the first live stream. So now you really...
No, you really don't. Oh, they made the freaking bed. Like literally, they took a break. They could have, look, man, they could have taken a break, went and got something to drink, talked about the video that they had made or whatever, and then discussed, okay, do we want to go back? Hey, do we want to go back on another video? Do we want to start another live again? And maybe she's like, I'm a little tired, but if you really want to, Dad, let's do it. And okay, well, let's go in there and make the bed first, and we'll, at least that way when we finish recording this time, just go to sleep. You can go to your bed, and I'll just be able to fall asleep. The only thing at this point weird that I'm seeing that I would question is, where is the mom? That's the only thing that I would question. Maybe she was working. Maybe she got called in to work a night shift. Who knows? But where's the mom? I mean, and you say, well, then if that was the case, why didn't they just record in the living room? Maybe there was a reason why. Maybe they had the gaming system set up in the bedroom already. It was already set up in there, and the computer and all their equipment was already set up in there just for the for whatever reason or another. Maybe or maybe the mom was out there working, doing some work at home stuff. I mean, who knows? I mean, I don't know enough about the family to say otherwise. I mean, but I can see where it might look a little weird, but at the same time, it just seems like people are just stretching and reaching for straws.
Have the stream
for whatever reason, just to try to find something on this family. Come on, man.
Each 30-minute gap when Patrick and Sarah are alone in Patrick's bedroom late at night. The stream shuts off, 30-minute passes, they return, Sarah looks tired, more detached, and she's like, as you can see, her body language is showing her scratching her arm and just looks like she is literally dissociating. And I don't mean to sound weird or aggressive about this, but it is absolutely disgusting. And I bet you...
Oh, God, come on. Absolutely just... Because it's 2 o'clock in the morning. It's freaking 2 o'clock in the morning. She scratched her arm. Oh God, she scratches her arm. And she's tired, and that is so disgusting that she's sitting on the bed with heavy eyes because she's tired and ready to go to sleep, and Dad's still recording a video, and she scratches her arms. Oh God, the humanity.
You could probably assume that something weird probably happened between them within that 30 minutes. And
no, you could probably assume that something weird happened to them. But I'm gonna show you guys. Let's go somewhere real quick. Let's go somewhere real quick. Let's do something. Okay, I'm gonna pull up some scripture. Let's pull up some scripture. Okay. Titus 1:15. What does that say? Let's here. I'm gonna make it easier. Let's switch over to the light. Okay. go over to the Bible. Titus 1:15. Unto the pure, all things are pure. But unto them that are defiled and unbelieving is nothing pure, but even their mind and conscience defiled. Unto the pure. I'm sorry, guys. I hate to be critical toward anyone here, but I just got to be. This is the point. This is why we do this is why we do this channel. Reality check, truth unveiled. Let's unveil some truth here, okay? It's time to pull the veil off and unveil some truth. All right. Scripture says, unto the pure all things are pure, but unto them that are defiled and unbelieving is nothing pure, but even their mind and conscience is defiled. I've got to ask you guys something. Since you want to take and constantly, those of you, not everybody, maybe not the people listening, maybe not you listening to this channel, maybe not, I don't know, but to those of you out here who are constantly looking for weird stuff and things like in this manner, you ever ask yourself, maybe you're the one who's defiled? Who you know? Maybe, because to the pure, all things are pure. If you were pure and you had a pure mind, you wouldn't be seeing weird things like this in everything constantly. You wouldn't be looking anytime there's a little bit of affection between people. You wouldn't be looking at it as weird. You know, you wouldn't see it as something weird or as something that is perverted, right? Okay, because you would be more focused on pure thoughts. You would be looking at this father-daughter relationship, saying that's really sweet, that's awesome that they are that close. And you probably, if you had children of your own, you might be sitting back thinking, dang, I wish I had that close of a relationship with my child, you know? And so maybe some of these people that are making these accusations are jealous because they either don't have children or they have children, but they don't have this close relationship, right, in this manner. Excuse me. So, but nevertheless, whatever the cause is, to constantly be looking at people like this and turning that into something weird. But unto them that are defiled and unbelieving, nothing is pure. I mean, if you're constantly looking at everything as being, you know, anytime anything like this is, you know, anytime people are close like this and you're trying to find something weird in it, it's probably because you yourself are defiled. You have a perverted and sick mindset, and you're looking, so therefore you're finding, because that is the way your mind thinks, you're finding these things in everything, in other things, in other people, right? But let's keep going.
People are speculating that Sarah and Patrick might have done some weird stuff, like maybe film some other type of content.
Oh my God. Speculating that this is some sick allegations, guys. I mean, if it's true, if there's any truth behind it, then by all means, you know, it should be called out. But again, I've got to show you some more scripture here. Let's pull up some more scripture. Let's go here. Okay, let's go. We're gonna look at two more passages of scripture here. Let's go. We're gonna start off with the 10 Commandments. Okay. Let's see. Right here. Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor. Hello. Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor. All of these speculations are just that. They're just speculations. It is a sin, and it is a breach of God's commandment to bear false witness. If you don't have an absolute witness, proof, or fact that something, that this is actually going on or happening, then you should keep your mouth shut. I mean, you really should keep your mouth shut, because you're bearing false witness. You're sowing seeds of discord and seeds of contentiousness and division, and just disgusting. It's honestly disgusting, guys. I'm gonna be honest with you. These accusations are absolutely disturbing and disgusting, and it ought not to be. If there, until there's absolute evidence, until the daughter comes out and says something, and if she does, then okay, then we go from there. But until the daughter comes out and says, you know what, I have a confession to make, Dad's been abusing me for X amount of years, and yada yada, whatever. And until something, or until they both come out and say, hey, okay, we have a confession to make, you guys are right, we do have a dad-daughter relationship that goes beyond just the dad-daughter relationship. We're in love with one another, and we've accepted our ancestral relationship, and we hope that you guys can accept us too, whatever, blase blase. Until they come out and they say something like this, and we have absolute evidence or proof that this is going on, or until someone goes to some adult website and finds their videos somewhere on an adult website, right? You guys are reaching for straws, and you're creating some really disgusting and disturbing accusations, and you're bearing false witness against these people, and it's wrong. I mean, until you have absolute evidence, it is wrong. Period. It's wrong. And man, you guys are wrong for that, man. I have to call this out and tell you that it's wrong. Okay? We're going to go to one more passage here. We're going to go to Leviticus 18. Okay? And I'm going to say this. I don't see any evidence of anything weird going on between the two of it, between this in this family. I mean, I do understand the one sign here that I do get that could be questioned is that where's the mom? Why are they up at 2 o'clock in the morning streaming a video together in the parents' bedroom, and the mom is nowhere to be seen? I can see how that is viewed as weird, but that still does not prove that there's anything weird going on. There could be personal personal reasons for this. Okay, there could be. All right, and again, if there is something weird going on, then by far, when the evidence is bestowed and presented to us, we have absolute evidence, then it does need to be called out. And here's why it should be called out. Exodus, and according to Torah, according to God's laws, which, unfortunately most Christian churches don't believe in God's laws anymore. They say that the law was done away with when Jesus died on the cross, which is absolute nonsense, but that's the traditional teaching in most Christian churches today, so none of this. So based on the traditional church teachings, none of this is even relevant to anyway, because they just simply don't follow God's laws anymore. But they'll still tell you that incest is a sin, but then tell you that the law is no more, that the law was done away with. Well, wait a minute, how is incest a sin if the law was done away with, pastor, preacher, teacher, Christian, brother, sister, whoever? Okay, but anyway, that's not what this video is for. So we're not going to get into the law on this. That's what the Biblical Edition is for, RCTU Biblical Edition. So if you guys really want to tune in and dig into some scripture, go to RCTU Biblical Edition and check out that side of my channel, and where we really dig into scripture that most people just simply will not touch, or the church is just, and religious establishments have got it completely and totally and utterly wrong. Alright, but anyway, I digress. In Leviticus 18 here, starting verse 6, none of you shall approach any that is near of kin to him to uncover their nakedness. I am the Lord. I am Jehovah. The nakedness of thy father or the nakedness of thy mother thou shalt not uncover. She is thy mother. Thou shalt not uncover her nakedness. The nakedness of thy father's wife. By the way, that's not talking about your mother here. That is if the father takes another wife. Anyway, we're not going to go there. I have videos on biblical marriage on my on my other channel. Check it out, RCTU Biblical Edition. Okay. The nakedness of thy sister, the daughter of thy father. Now notice again, daughter of thy father. That's talking about your half sister. In other words, the father takes a second wife, he takes another wife, and he has children with that wife. That's still your sister, even though she's only your half sister. Okay. Again, establishing the fact that a man can have more than one wife, and he can be, one. And of course, you could argue that, well, maybe it's referring to a husband who had a wife, and the wife passed away, so he took another wife. Well, that's possible too, but that's not the. But when you understand Exodus 21:10, that's not the. If a man take another wife, he shall not diminish her food, clothing, or her duty of marriage. So anyway, the daughter of thy father or the daughter of thy mother, whether she be born at home or born abroad. Now, what does that mean? Born abroad. Oh, that's a good one. Oh boy, for all you people that want to freak out about, oh, my husband cheated on me. He cheated. He had an affair. He cheated. The law, God's law here says, or born abroad. But what does that mean? That means that if the father is away from his family for a bit and he meets another woman and he takes another wife somewhere else that is away from his hometown and bears children with her. Oops! Wait a minute, but isn't that a sin? No, it's not a sin. So all of you ladies out here screaming, my husband had an affair with me. I'm sorry, but he hasn't sinned. I know it pisses you off and it makes you mad, but here's your reality check. Let's uncover the veil on this. There's no sin there. He hasn't sinned. I know modern society has you thinking that your husband belongs to you and he's your property instead of the other way around where you belong to him and you are his property. But biblically speaking, you are his property. He is not your property. You belong to him. And he's allowed to have more than one at a time, at the same time, okay? It's God's law, all right? All right, let's keep going. The nakedness of thy son's daughter, or of thy daughter's daughter, even their nakedness, thou shalt not uncover, for theirs is thine own nakedness. The nakedness of thy father's wife's daughter, begotten of thy father, she is thy sister. Thou shalt not uncover her nakedness. Okay, excuse me. Let me backtrack here. Earlier, when it says the nakedness of thy father's wife, thou shalt not uncover the nakedness of thy sister, the daughter of thy father. Okay, yeah. Anyway, the point being here is that if you go down throughout Leviticus 18 here, you find that anyone that is a direct relative, it's called incest, and it is a sin. So that being said, if capital I, capital F, if the Getchell family are committing incest, then it is a sin and an abomination unto God. Okay? It is undoubtedly, without a doubt, a sin and against God. No question about it. It is a breach of God's laws. If that is the case. But we have to have witnesses. You can't just continue to throw out false allegations against people. It's wrong. You can't just go out and just keep planting seeds of discord and seeds of negativity and very disgusting allegations without having absolute hardcore evidence. It's wrong, people. It's wrong.
And if you know what I mean, which is honestly really disgusting as.
And see, and using that type of language, well, do you know what I mean? It's honestly really disgusting. And what's disgusting? You're making it disgusting. You have no evidence or proof that your allegations are true. That you have no proof or evidence that what you're accusing these people of is actually true. Until there's evidence, back off. It's wrong, it's sinful, and it's disgusting to me that people would make such disgusting allegations without evidence. Now, if the evidence presents itself in the future, then we take it from there and we call it out and we say, hey, this is disgusting and sick and wrong. But right now, the only thing that's disgusting and sick and wrong at this current time and point are your allegations and your disgusting and sick mind thinking like this.
As I say this because I hope that is not true. People
it's showing that your mind is defiled.
Online have described Sarah during the second live stream as looking sedated or out of it. We cannot know from this one.
It was 2 o'clock in the morning. Maybe the girl was tired. Maybe she was exhausted. Maybe the guy drank an energy drink or something, or had a sip of coffee and was back up and at it again. You know, who knows, man? But until we have hardcore evidence, then we need to back off and quit throwing out these disgusting accusations against people. Because if you're accusing these people and they are not guilty of what you're accusing them of, this is defaming. This is defamatory. And I do believe, I'm not a lawyer and I'm not a law professional or a law expert, but is it not illegal to cast defamatory accusations against people? Hello?
Video court.
But it seems like you're wording it in a certain way to avoid defamatory lawsuits. So, but yet you're still throwing these accusations out. And so until there's any hardcore evidence, it's wrong. And maybe you're the one with the defiled mind, you people out here who are thinking these disgusting thoughts. Maybe you're the one with the sick and twisted mind.
Of course, but she does look different. Her demeanor changes, her appearance changed, and when you put that directly beside Patrick's increased energy, viewers are naturally going to wonder what happened while the camera was off, especially because Patrick and Sarah have had a history of content.
Okay, stop right there. Why are you all of you people casting these accusations on them? Why are you not? Okay, you're looking here. At this point, right here, at this picture, and you're saying, oh, she looks a little sedated, she looks like she's kind of out of it. But look at this.
Oh, the camera was off, especially because Patrick...
Look at that! Why are you ignoring that? Patrick said something here. She stirred back up and laughed and smiled. Okay? She does not look like she's been harmed or hurt in any way, shape, form, or fashion. Okay? Now, alright. Now, let's stop for a minute. Okay? Let's keep it 100. Let's be 100%. Let's keep it 100. How old is this guy? I don't know how old he is. Okay? But you say, well, what does that matter? It can matter. Alright? However old he is, he does not look like a spring chicken. Okay? I don't know how old he is, but he looks at least 35, 40 years old, maybe. Possibly older. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he's 30. Whatever. Okay? Age, it matters a little bit. But the point that I'm about to make is this. Okay? You are calling out here how she seemed like she was a little out of it, you know, after that 30-minute, you know, off time from the camera, and then he come back and all of a sudden he's perked up and ready to go again. And you're throwing out accusations that they must have done something. Okay? If you have any understanding of the typical male-female sexual anatomy, and you have any sexual experience at all, then you ought to know that generally speaking, it's the reverse, it's the opposite. Usually, when a man and a woman come together and they have a really, especially if they have a really good session, if you will, I'm trying to keep this as PG as possible. Especially if they have a really good session, then what generally or typically happens is the man, once he's gotten his relief, he's usually done. His energy drained. He's out of it. The female, oftentimes or many times, will actually become more energetic and will get up and just be like, woo, you know. And where the man is like, I just want to pass out and go to sleep. Now I've gotten my thrill, and now I just want to crash. That is the way it typically works, not the way we see in this video. So I would argue the opposite. I would argue that if there was anything weird that took place, then there's a high chance he would have been exhausted. He would have just been drained at that point, and all he might have wanted to do was just fall asleep. And she would have been more, possibly or potentially more alert. But that's not what we see here. We see the opposite. He's all, whatever they done during that downtime, he's alert, he's awake, and woo, yeah. And she looks a little tired and exhausted, but she does not look distressed. She does not look like she's under any duress at all. You know, and maybe you could say that because of the way her face looked at first, but if you look right here at this picture that we're seeing on the screen right now, she perked up and she is smiling and she's laughing. There doesn't look like there's any duress at all. She just simply seems like she was tired. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. They've been streaming videos. She's wore out. She's tired. And my avatar is acting stupid. I don't know what it was doing. But anyway, she looks like she was exhausted or tired. That's it. And now, like right here, she's smiling. Let's continue.
Patrick and Sarah have had a history of content that people believe crosses norm.
What is wrong with these pictures? What's wrong with this? Tell me what's wrong. What's wrong with this? Okay, hold on.
A history.
What's wrong with this? That's his daughter. He's giving her a simple kiss on the neck. Okay? What's wrong with that picture? I'm sorry, I don't see. You have to have a perverted and twisted mind to look at this and say, oh, that's perverted. I mean, why would you even look and think something perverted out of it? Get anything perverted out of this? Why? Unless you are thinking, unless that's how your mind works yourself. And then that is your problem. That is in your head. That may not be the case with them. You know? Come on, guys. Come on. Are we serious?
History of content that people believe crosses normal.
What's wrong with this picture? What is wrong with that picture? Man, it just seems like people are just reaching and grabbing for straws here. They're just trying to find something perverted. People are so obsessed with drama. They're so obsessed with the bad and with perversion and things that are defiled and disgusting. They're so obsessed with that they try to find it in everything today.
Father-daughter boundaries. So when people suddenly see them alone in his bedroom in the middle of the night,
In the middle of the night? Oh, let's just make it. Let's just take an ant pile and turn it into a molehill. Okay, let's just.
the suspicion does not come from nowhere. And I also keep coming back to Teresa because where is she? Where are you, Teresa? That is supposedly Patrick and Teresa's bedroom. It's the middle of the night. Sarah is there, Patrick is there, but Teresa is absent.
That's his daughter.
Maybe there is an explanation, who knows? But overall, it is just weird. The next thing I want to go over is Patrick's treadmill rant online. This one is weird for a completely different reason because instead of viewers dissecting the background of trying to figure out what happened off camera, Patrick is basically saying the quiet part out loud. At one point, while walking on the treadmill, he tells viewers along the lines of,
"That's what bugs me, because we're close. Oh my god, I hugged my daughter. Oh no, please throw me in prison. I have never..."
I agree with them. Oh my God, it's bugging people because they have a close relationship. It's eating people up. People today cannot stand it. They hate. Look, here's the reality, and I guarantee you, a lot of these people, the largest majority of these people throwing out these accusations are probably left-wing, extreme liberal nut jobs. I'm just going to keep it 100. Yeah, now you're probably an extreme liberal idiot, okay? And so you take everything and turn it into something weird. And you hate you people hate the nuclear family. You hate the idea of a straight white male. You hate the idea of anything, of having close and tight-knit families because you are satanic. You're led by Satan. You are demonic. You have a bunch of demons in you, and you need deliverance. Okay? You people are absolutely demonic, and you hate God. You hate anything to do with the nuclear family. Anything to do with with a family being close and a family having a close relationship with one another. You absolutely hate it, and you will do everything in your power to destroy families. That is. But that's Satan's job. That's Satan's mission. That's what Satan does. Satan is the accuser of the brethren. Okay?
We have never done anything on this channel that is inappropriate in any way.
I agree. They haven't done anything on the channel that is inappropriate in any way. Nothing. Nothing at all. You people are turning it, you people are trying to put something inappropriate into it. You're feeding into something that may not, and as far as we know, is not even there.
Not once. I challenge anyone to find a video on our channel that would be considered inappropriate under the law of...
And look how disturbed that poor girl looks right now. I mean, okay, imagine putting yourself in her shoes, okay? She loves her dad. She's close to her dad. Her and her dad are making videos together. And people are calling out, pointing out, or creating these disgusting accusations about her and her dad. If there is nothing going on between them in that manner, and there is nothing weird between her and her dad, they just simply have a close relationship. Can you imagine how disgusted she must be feeling right now that you people would put out, that would create these disgusting, sickening accusations about them? Can you imagine how mentally disturbing that must be for her? How bad you people are hurting her? I mean, you're hurting him too, but I think you're pissing him off more than you're hurting him. But imagine how deeply you are cutting into her and messing with her psyche by these disgusting and sickening allegations. I mean, now if you want to talk about her demeanor looking down and her looking off, right here is a picture where she really looks absolutely disgusted. She looks absolutely hurt, horrified, and that is coming and stemming from the accusations that you sick people, you disgusting people, are putting out against them. And it's wrong that you're doing this to these people, man. Now, granted, what somebody could argue and say, well, they're the ones who put themselves out there out there online on social media, so you have to expect these sort of things, and that's true. But it's sad that we have to expect these sort of things because people have such sickening and perverted minds that they have to create they have to look for sick things that are going through their own minds. They have to look for these things in other people and try to take down other people because they themselves have sick and perverted thoughts
of the land.
Not inappropriate by your feelings.
Not your
by
feelings.
The law.
By the law. You want to know why they come after me? Because of this.
Yeah.
Because of the way I look.
Yeah. I mean, I do think that that's a big part of it. I think they look at the man, and because he may not dress the way that it's in some luxurious clothing, and he doesn't have a super handsome face, or he doesn't have a hot male body according to society. I mean, I'm a guy. I don't judge. And, well, I can comfortably look at a man's body and say, dude, that guy's hot, or that guy's nice. I'll just leave that one alone, right? Because I'm comfortable with my sexuality. I'm not into dudes. Okay? I don't find guys attractive in any way, shape, form, or fashion, but I can look at a man and say, hey, that's a good-looking guy, or that guy's okay, or that guy needs to work on himself. Whatever. But the point is that just because this man may not fit the society's expectations of what a good-looking guy should look like, people are just automatically throwing accusations out there against him and just automatically treating him like he's some kind of creep or something.
Joker ball.
I look like a predator, so I must be. You know what? Guess what? I'm not your perfect pretty face. Get over it.
You guys.
I agree with him. I mean, I feel the guy's sentiment. Not that I'm agreeing that he's not your perfect pretty face. Of course he's not, and I admire him for coming out and admitting and saying, "Hey, look, I'm not your perfect pretty face." But but can you imagine how this man must feel right now? Okay, for him to have to come out and do it and put that on camera and do a video like that, because people are so mean, people are so nasty. And and all these disgusting and sick allegations that are out there, that you people are throwing out. I mean, this is wrong.
You guys have no hard evidence that I'm a pedophile. Yeah, I may look like a pedophile. Get over it. So funny enough, Patrick actually even admits he looks weird. And I'm sorry, but that is such a bizarre defense to casually bring into a live stream. And he went on for this for like 30 minutes. He was like, guys, I'm not a pedophile. You guys are just weird. Go back through all of our...
Well, yeah. I mean, come on. You guys you're throwing all these sick and disgusting accusations at him. What do you expect the man to do? I mean, different people handle hurt different ways. Okay? And I could not imagine being in his position and you people out here casting out these disgusting rumors, disgusting allegations against him and against his daughter. It's sickening, guys. It's absolutely disgusting and sickening.
Or weird videos of me and my daughter dancing inappropriately, and tell me that
there's nothing inappropriate about this. Look at this video. And I went through when I first started reading some of these allegations when this family first started kind of being thrown out on the scene, or the allegations of the family first started being thrown out on the scene. I went back and watched the videos, and I didn't see anything weird or inappropriate on any single video, not a single one. There was not one video that I saw anything that was inappropriate at all.
There's actual evidence, because there's not. You guys are liars.
Well, you are. You are liars. You're creating these things. You're again. I'm following the reckless Ben case. It's just like Eminem McNabb, man. That accusing reckless Ben. Oh, like Eminem McNabb. Here's an example. Eminem McNabb tells the police, we done some research on reckless Ben, and we found that one of his family members, that reckless Ben is from Ohio, and one of his family members was arrested for child corn child corn and was so therefore reckless Ben must have been abused as a child himself, and that's why he's such a sociopath. And of course, that was a flat-out false allegation and flat-out lie. He was taking something and creating something, putting something there that was not there. And people are doing this all the time at this day and age. They're doing this all the time. They're taking, because they have perverted minds. They have sick and twisted and perverted minds. They don't have pure minds. To the pure, unto the pure, all things are pure. And well, when you're when you're like looking at innocent pictures like this, and you're thinking perverted and sick thoughts, it's because your mind is not pure. It's not. You need to reflect back on yourself. You need to search your own heart and your own spirit, because you are probably the sick and disturbing one.
But because most people are criticizing Patrick are not saying, here's direct proof of crime, they're saying, why have you posted so many things that make people question your boundaries with your daughter in the first place? Those are two different conversations. And Patrick just keeps jumping straight into the most extreme version, instead of answering, why did you post that in the first place?
He shouldn't have to, because he hasn't done anything wrong. Him posting videos of he and his daughter dancing together, or hugging one another, or him giving her a promise ring, or whatever. There's none of that is wrong. None of that is creepy. None of that is, there's nothing wrong with this. You people are turning it into something creepy. You people are turning it into something creepy that isn't there, and it's not, again, without any absolute evidence. Again, I stress, if witnesses that know them personally come out and say, hey, I caught them and saw them doing this or that or the other, until we have absolute proof, and even then anybody can come and say, hey man, anybody could come out for their own clout and make up false stories even then, and try to say, well, I caught them in the act, or whatever, and then even that could be completely false. This is why the scripture says that by two or more witnesses. Let's go here. Let's go here. Okay, you want to go here? Let's go here. Let's go here. Okay, let's do it. Let's do it. We're gonna go here. Let's go here. Jesus said, and Jesus was reiterating the law, just for the record, the Torah. But if he will not hear, then take the one or two or more, that in the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses every word may be established. Where are the witnesses? Where are the witnesses? If they are truly guilty of these disgusting and sick allegations that you people are throwing out there against this family, Show me your witnesses. Where is your witnesses? Where are your witnesses? Where are they? Please, please, please. I'll wait. Shoot me in the comments section. Comment. Tell me where the witnesses are. Please. I'm ready for it. I'm waiting. Deuteronomy 19:15. I was trying to remember the address. Okay? Sorry about that, guys. I was trying to remember the address. Deuteronomy, 15, was it 19:15? Deuteronomy 19:15. Okay? Watch this. Deuteronomy 19:15. One witness shall not rise up against a man for any iniquity, or for any sin, in any sin that he sinneth. At the mouth of two witnesses, or at the mouth of three, this is what Jesus was quoting, by the way, shall the matter be established. Right? So even if one person come out and said, I saw this family doing blasey blasey, I saw them doing something that was really sick, and I witnessed it myself. Okay? Where's the second witness or the third witness? Okay, because one person can just make up something, just clout, just to go with the, one single person could just make something up. Okay? This is why God's law says that out of the mouth of two witnesses or three. Right? So anybody could just make up an allegation. You people are wrong, and you people are in sin right now. Because until you have witnesses that witness this family doing something, committing these disgusting and sick allegations that you're throwing out here against them, until you find some witnesses, or until they themselves come out and confess one or the other or both, then you're wrong. Okay, for throwing these accusations out. If you suspect something, keep it to yourself and wait and see what happens. Don't just be so haste to step out there and throw out, especially allegations to this extreme. I mean, some of these allegations that are being thrown out in this video we are viewing here are absolutely sick and disturbing. And if all of this turns out to be true, then we take it from there once the witnesses and the evidence is established. But as of right now, these are all just allegations with no evidence, no witnesses. You're reading into things that, as far as we know at this moment, that are simply not there. And the stuff that you people are calling weird are not weird. It's not weird for a father to have a close relationship and dance with his daughter, or to wrap his arms around his daughter and hug his daughter. There's nothing weird about that. There's nothing weird about a father giving his daughter a promise ring. Okay, there's nothing weird about that. And frankly, the dad and the daughter staying up at night until 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, shooting videos and playing video games, there's nothing, no sin or no crime or nothing wrong with that either. Now that, if there's anything that might be a little odd, okay, that might be a little bit odd because they're playing the games in the parents' room. Okay, I can feel you there. But that still does not mean that there was anything weird going on. As I said, there could be some personal reasons why they chose to do the video, play their games and their videos in that room, and why the mother wasn't in the room with them. Maybe there's some reasons behind it, and if it's personal, it's none of our business why. Okay, they are, even though they're on the internet and they're on social media, they're still humans. They still have a right to privacy, don't they? They don't have to explain everything to us, every detail of their lives to us. They don't owe us any explanation at all. Okay? They still have a personal and private life apart from social media. Hello?
Why did you think this interaction was inappropriate? Why does Sarah constantly have to defend you? The response becomes, can you actually prove I'm a pedophile, guys? And obviously, random TikTok viewers cannot prove anything that serious. I feel like I have to say this for whatever reason. I get it. Don't jump straight to conclusions. But that does not magically...
Don't jump straight. You've already been jumping straight to conclusions. With all due respect, liminal archive, you're already jumping straight to conclusions. You are. I mean, you know, and now you're saying, well, we shouldn't jump straight to conclusions, but this whole video, you've been turning everything into something weird. The entire video. And you're not the only one. I mean, I get that you're just going, you're probably, most likely, basing off of a bunch of comments that you've read, and you're going, oh, yeah, I see where these people are coming from, and you decided to do a video on it. But still, like, you should have said this from the very beginning.
They erase everything they're actually questioning. It almost creates that impossible standard. Unless somebody has literal crime evidence, Patrick seems to treat every criticism beneath that as meaningless. But you do not need to accuse somebody of a crime to say their behavior makes you uncomfortable. I mean, I feel like if a lot of people agree as a collective that something is off about this family, it's probably true. I mean, humans are really good at noticing.
Well, look, I would probably agree with that if today's society weren't so freaking butt backwards and turned upside down to the point to where they try to find something weird in everything. I mean, if we were to go back 100, 150, 200 years, maybe, and this same scenario we're playing, and it was a small town, and everybody's looking at this father-daughter relationship, and they're going, there's something weird about this. You know, I might even then myself be obliged to jump in and say, yeah, maybe that is a little weird. But here's the problem: the things that this father and daughter are doing, there's nothing weird about it. And so there's no way you're going to tell me that 150, 200 years ago that anybody would have even looked at these things as being weird. Most likely people back then would have looked at this and said, oh, that's sweet. They have such a sweet relationship. Right? I mean, they wouldn't have seen it as anything weird. It's only today that people are finding things weird in a father and daughter or a parent and a child having a close relationship like this. You're turning it into something weird. I don't believe it would have even been seen as weird 150, 200 years ago, maybe even 100 years ago. Heck, it might not even been seen as anything weird 75 years ago. I mean, you might even been able to go back to the 40s and 50s, even as late as the 40s, 50s, and even 60s, 70s, potentially, and a relationship like this might not have even been seen as anything weird. You know, it's this mindset that you people are having is a modern concept because of your own perverted and twisted minds, and the perverted and twisted minds of those who are sick and evil and twisted out here. But to throw these out until there's absolute evidence, to throw accusations out on this family like this, especially to this degree, this is wrong and sickening, man. You know, if you're thinking there's something weird going on here, all you people that are thinking that there's something weird here, you need to keep it to yourself until we have absolute evidence, until there's some confessions made, or until there are 2 or more witnesses that come out and said, yeah, we saw that father and daughter doing this or that outside of the camera, right? Okay, apart from the camera. Until this happens, we need to keep the accusations down. This is wrong, and it's hurtful. And it ain't hurting me. I'm not the family. I just feel horribly sad and horrified for the family. Because I cannot imagine how that daddy and daughter is feeling. If there's on the account that there really is nothing weird going on at all. They must be horrified at the accusations that are being tossed out and cast out against them. I mean, people, have some humanity about yourselves and actually stop and put yourselves in their shoes and think about how they must feel about all these disgusting and sick accusations. I'm just saying.
Seeing things and recognizing things and using our intuition and logical minds. Because Patrick knows exactly what people say about him, he reads the comments, he searches his name, he knows there are entire accounts dedicated to watching these live streams. I mean, I bet my YouTube channel is probably already blocked by them. And instead of avoiding these accusations, sometimes he brings them up himself, which is honestly interesting. Because if you actually think thousands of people...
Well, yeah, why would he avoid... Oh, look, if you've got nothing to hide, if you're not guilty and you have nothing to hide, why would you avoid them? Why would you dance around it? And completely just avoid them, right? If you've got nothing to hide, why avoid them? Why would you dance around the topic if you've got nothing to hide?
People have completely misunderstood your family? This is the perfect opportunity to explain the specific moments that cause that misunderstanding. But obviously that's not how the conversation usually goes. Because once everybody questioning you becomes a hater, you never really have to separate the insane comments from the reasonable ones. Someone making a completely baseless accusation? Hater. Someone asking why Sarah was in your bedroom at 3 a.m. in the morning? Oh, they're just a hater. Oh, they're just jealous. Someone asking about an old video you publicly uploaded? Oh, hater. Someone who used to support your family but now thinks something looks strange? Still a hater. It puts everybody in...
Hater. Oh, let's see here. A daddy and daughter that are close and they like to show one another affection and not in a sexual way. Weird. A daddy and daughter, a daddy who gets on his knees and gives his daughter a promise ring because he wants her to stay to remain abstinent until he gives her over to marriage. Oh, that's just weird. Or a daddy and daughter that have such a close relationship that they stay up until 2 o'clock in the morning playing video games on a live stream. Oh, that's so weird. Oh, they're sick. There must be something going on between the daddy and daughter that's really weird and sick. And come on. Hello. I mean, you're talking about haters. Oh well, and you're talking about how he's coming out and saying, "Oh, these people are just haters," but. You are being haters. You are being haters. Hello? You are.
In the same box. And that live stream is incredibly easy to control. Because instead of the audience talking about Patrick's behavior, now the audience is arguing whether Patrick is being bullied. And suddenly, he is no longer answering questions. He is defending himself from an attack. That is completely different position. And his God complex honestly needs to be studied.
His God complex? Come on. Give me a break. His God complex? Come on. Yo, you guys are the ones throwing out accusations against him. You're the ones acting like and playing God, not him. See, this is narcissistic. You guys are being narcissistic. You guys are acting like absolute total narcissists. Because you're sitting here, you're going to sit here and accuse him of having a God complex, when in fact, you guys are trying to play God and throwing out accusations, disgusting and sick accusations against him and his daughter, without any actual evidence of anything, any wrongdoing, and you accuse him of having a God complex? Hello? Look, this is twisted, man.
I had that. I mean, I wish I wasn't like him, but I do wish, I just had the confidence as him, because where does he get his confidence from? He's literally walking on a treadmill. This is not some serious sit-down statement. There is no carefully prepared explanation. He's exercising, reading comments, and casually discussing allegations that would be incredibly serious for anyone. He's not taking this seriously, and he gets defensive, like I said, and Sarah defends him. She's like, yep, guys, like, don't come after my father and I, like, blah, blah, blah.
Why should... look, okay. He's not taking it seriously. He's not taking it seriously. Why should he? If he's not guilty. If he's not guilty of anything, why the crap should he take it seriously? What's he gonna sit around and mope and go, well, oh my God, people think that I'm a child. People think I'm abusing my daughter. Oh my God, that's so sad. I can't believe they think that. They would think such a thing. Oh my God. And the daughter sits around, oh Dad, I'm so sorry. People think this about you. Oh, we should sad and we should mope around. And oh my God, these people are creating these allegations against us. And it's so sad and horrible. And where? Look, there's only two ways that they can take it. Okay, they can handle this by either, well, there's three ways. They can either completely ignore it, which would make them look suspicious and appear even more sus, and would probably provoke even more allegations and accusations, right? Or number two, they could sit around and they can mope and be sad, and they could just shut down their channel and just quit and say, you know what, we're done, because, you know, people think that our relationship is weird and this is hurtful what they're saying to us, and oh my God, and they could just let it eat at them and bother them and bring their spirits down and drag them down and take them in and drag them into a state of depression because of all the disgusting and sick accusations against them. Or they can defend themselves, stand up and confront the situation and address and elaborate the fact that people are wrong on the accusations that they're throwing at them, and make it clear that they're not going to let these sick and perverted and twisted minds who throw out these disgusting allegations against them bring them down and stop them from being who they are and doing what they enjoy doing, or ruin their close relationship that they have. Okay? And apparently they choose not to let you people get to them. You know, they choose to confront the situation, to confront the allegations, and make it clear that, look, we haven't done anything wrong. I'm not what you say that I am. And they choose to continue on doing what they're doing. Okay? Why in the crap should they walk around depressed all the time, or should they, unsad and let you people get in their minds and bring them down? When they're happy, they're positive, they have an uplifted spirit, they have a good thing going. Why should they let you people, just because you people are thinking some sick and twisted and perverted and disgusting thoughts, why should they let you bring them down? Or why should they have to shut their channel down just because there are a bunch of people out here that think these nasty and disgusting things about them? Right? And then, by all means, why should they avoid the topic altogether when all that could do is bring even more allegations? Because then people will sit back and go, well, why are they avoiding the topic? Why are they avoiding it? If they're not guilty, then why are they avoiding it then? Why are they... if they're innocent, why are they avoiding it? I mean, come on. If you people are going to throw out accusations, you're going to throw out accusations no matter what. So if they avoid the topic, it's going to make them look even more suspicious. So why the heck should they avoid the topic? That would be the worst thing for them to do.
Like, shut up. I feel bad because she's supposed to be his daughter enjoying a live stream, but she has to sit there and defend her father. But I bet she's probably part of it too.
She has to defend her father because of you people throwing out these disgusting allegations against him. And it's not even just about defending her father, because the allegations involve her. So when she's defending her father, she's also defending herself. Because you people are accusing her or her father of doing disgusting and nasty things with her. And being weird toward her. So I can't even imagine the hurt that she must be feeling inside. And yet they're still trying to stay strong and still keep doing what they're doing.
No last.
And then you literally liminal archive. You literally just threw out another accusation after just a couple minutes prior, just a few minutes prior, stating that, well, without evidence, we probably shouldn't jump to any conclusion. But yet, you literally just done it again.
His daughter enjoying a live stream, but she has to sit there and defend her father. But I bet she's probably part of it too.
I bet she's probably part of it too. See, there's another accusation. Oh, I bet she's probably part of it too. Oh my God. Okay, we're gonna go here again. Let's go back to scripture. Oh my goodness. I hate it when this when the Bible app does this, guys. I'm sorry. I hate it when it does this. Okay, Proverbs 26:20. Proverbs 26:20. Okay. Okay, look at this. Where no wood is, the fire goeth out. So there is no talebearer, the strife ceases. You see this? I can't think of a better verse to fit this scenario. Where no wood is, the fire goes out. So there is no talebearer, the strife ceases. Let's compare that to the BSB. Okay, what does the BSB say? Okay, let's look at verse 20. Without wood, a fire goes out. Without gossip, a conflict ceases. You see that? Without gossip, a conflict ceases. You guys are making... again, I keep going back to the Reckless Ben videos because, again, Amnon McNabb, Joshua Johnson, they kept calling the police on Reckless Ben. They were constantly calling the police on Reckless Ben, you know, constantly. And then so the police come out and they're saying, well, you know, this has really turned into a situation here. And Reckless Ben and his team had to explain to the police that Joshua Johnson are making it a situation. They're turning it into a situation. There was no situation until Joshua Johnson and Amnon McNabb turned it into a situation by continuously calling the police on them. Right? So, if you remove the wood, which in that case would be Joshua Johnson and Amnon McNabb, the fire goes out. There's no situation. Right? Now, the context of passage is gossip. If you remove the gossip, if you people would quit looking into something and trying to create something that isn't there, or at least without any actual solid evidence or any actual witnesses that something, you know, more than two or more witnesses, until you have those witnesses, if you would quit gossiping and spreading these accusations, the fire would go out. There wouldn't be an issue. You're turning it into an issue. You're making it an issue. Right? Okay, and let's go here. Romans 1:29. Okay, let's go here. Romans 1:29. Let's go to some New Testament here. Romans 1:29. And even, we're going to start in verse 28. Even as they did not like to retain God in their knowledge, God gave them over to a reprobate mind to do those things which are not convenient, being filled with all unrighteousness, fornication, wickedness, covetousness, maliciousness, full of envy, murder, debate, deceit, malignity, whisperers. Now let's look at some, let's look at this, okay? Let's break some of these words down real quick. All right. Fornication. Okay, first, unrighteousness. Unrighteousness is adikia, which means injustice. Injustice. Unrighteous of heart and life. A deed violating law and justice. Injustice. Wrongfulness. Okay? Now, fornication. Fornication, which is illicit sexual intercourse. Here, let's pull it up. Illicit sexual intercourse, fornication, homosexuality, lesbianism, intercourse with animals, sexual intercourse with close relatives, right? Idolatry, incest, so forth, harlotry. Okay? Alright. Then wickedness is depravity, wickedness, malice, evil purposes or desires, covetousness, maliciousness, which is malignity, ill will. Okay? Ill will, a desire to injure. You guys are trying so hard to injure and hurt these people, and it's wrong. Alright? It's evil. Full of envy. Envy. What is that? What is envy? Jealousy. I mean, he said that you guys were jealous, and you guys sure do act like you're jealous with all of your accusations against them. Just saying. Murder, debate. Debate is contention, strife, wrangling. You got quarrel. You guys are stirring up strife. You're stirring up contentions with your allegations against that family. Okay? It's wickedness, guys. This is wrong. Okay? Deceit, craft, deceit, guile, decoy, trick, craft, deceit, guile. Now, what is guile? Do you guys know what guile is? Let me show you what guile is. Watch this. Just for you guys who may not understand the definitions and the fact that words have meanings, because most people think that they can just speak words, but they don't understand that words have actual meanings to them. It means craft, cunningness, artifice, duplicity, deceit, usually in a bad sense. Successfully hope to resolve. Guile. The wage of force or guile, eternal war. Okay, guile. Alright? Words have meanings. Malignity. Bad character, depravity of heart and life. Okay? Now watch this. Here we go. Ready? Whisperers, secret, slanderers, secret calumniators. Okay, whisperers. Okay, that's basically the same thing as a gossiper. But watch, let's keep going. Backbiters, haters of God, despiteful, proud, boasters, inventors of evil things, disobedient to parents, without understanding, covenant breakers, without natural affections, implacable, unmerciful. Now what happens to all you people like this? What does it say? Who, knowing the judgment of God, that they which commit such things are worthy of death, not only do the same, but have pleasure in them that do them. All of you that are out here backbiting, that are stirring up strife and contentions against this family, gossiping, this is wrong. Okay? They are gossips. See, the BDB actually translates it as gossips. Gossips are slanderers. Right, in verse 29 over here. The BDB. It actually says gossips or slanderers. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. You can't even see this. You can't even see it right now. Okay, here, let's move over. Now you can see it. Gossipers or slanderers. Right here. You can see that right there. Okay. So anyway. So this is wrong, how you guys are doing this. Alright, it's wrong. To throw all these accusations against this family without any solid evidence is absolutely wrong. and it's disgusting. And I pray to God that you people repent.
The last and final thing I really want to talk about is how literally they have faked their donations on live. Because there was a video I came across and a little bit more research, which I will put on the screen soon. But basically, a person investigating this family, shout out to them, they basically were on live and they saw someone donate to the Getchell family. And they clicked the donator's profile and they DM'd them and they were like, hey, did you DM to the Getchell family? If so, why? Blah, blah, blah. And the person replied and they were like, no, I was hacked. I did not donate to them.
That's convenient. Oh, I was hacked. I did not donate to them. What? Okay, and how is this how is that the Getchell family's fault? So what are you implying, that the Getchell family hacked into someone's account and forced their account to donate to them? Does that make any sense at all? I mean, like, seriously, does that even make sense? Does that even make any sense, guys? Look how nasty people are. God, I'm gonna be honest, I keep to myself, guys. I have an extremely small circle, and this is the reason why. And I don't, this is why, because people are so disgusting and hateful and nasty. Look at this. Why do you have to make that comment? Why picking on that girl, mocking that girl? You people are hateful and nasty and disgusting people. You sicken me. You people sicken me, man. It's not this family that sickens me. It's you people that absolutely disgust and sicken me, because you are nasty, hateful, evil pieces of garbage. You are. You really are. Look at the second comment. There's no need to yell, Sarah. Also, you embarrass yourself every day, so... What? Because she's close to her dad, she embarrasses herself every day? Get a freaking life, you jealous, hating pieces of garbage, you. You people are ridiculous, dude. You're sick. You people are so evil and twisted and sick, man. You have no love and no compassion and there's nothing in you that is good. You're evil. Hot dog? What the crap does that mean, hot dog? Teresa. There's no need to bell, Sarah. Oh, so you embarrass yourself. Oh, that's the same. He put the comment the second day. And I think he meant yell. I think it says yell. No need to yell. So they commented it twice. Why? Why are you commenting this? Why did they comment that? So what if she embarrassed herself every day? Dude, if you think what she's doing is embarrassing, get off of her freaking channel. Don't watch the channel, you loser. Dude, these people are such massive losers, man. I mean, I'm just being honest. You people are a bunch of losers. You're worthless, evil, hateful, nasty losers. You have nothing good in your own life, so you have to throw out your hate toward others. That's all it is. I don't care. I don't even care. I've got to say it. I've got to pull the veil off of this. Okay? I've got to pull the veil off and speak the truth here. You guys are nasty, evil, disgusting people. You truly are. You truly are. And it's such a sad sign as to where our society has gotten today. You know, but it's also exactly what Scripture says, that the love of many would wax cold. You know? Hold on. God, I hate it when it does this. I hate it when I type in a passage and I know the Scripture's there, but it doesn't pull it up. Yeah, Matthew 24:12. I don't know why it doesn't pull it up in the actual Bible app, guys. I'm sorry. This is why I actually appreciate AI and the web browser. I absolutely appreciate it. Matthew 24:12. Okay? Matthew 24:12. Because this is exactly where we are at today. And I should have known this because I know Matthew 24 like the back of my hand. But anyway. And many false prophets shall rise and shall deceive many, and because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. Oops. My bad. Right there. This is what we're reading. Iniquity. What is iniquity? The condition of without law. Because ignorant of it. Because of violating it. Contempt and violation of law. Iniquity. Wickedness. Illegality. Violation of law. Wickedness. Transgression. See, because you people don't know God's laws, the love is waxing cold. That's exactly where we are at today. And this is a prophecy of the last days. And this is where we're at. Because you people are so nasty and so hateful and so disgusting. And I pray to God that every one of you repent. And that you just repent and ask God to forgive you for your nasty and disgusting and hateful attitudes and and hearts. Because out of the heart, the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. Jesus said, out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. Right? So, this is what's coming out of you people's hearts. And you people are nasty, disgusting. You have twisted and perverted minds and perverted hearts. And you're speaking out of those disgusting, hateful, and nasty, and twisted, and perverted hearts of yours. Okay?
So this literally proves that the Getchell family, they're buying people or bot accounts, whatever, and they're making them gifts to their live stream to basically boost their live stream.
Okay. Alright, look. Again. So what? Let's say that they are. I mean, you're claiming this proves it. To me, it doesn't prove squat. It doesn't prove anything. I mean, this could be whatever. But let's just say, okay, let's say they are. Okay, and what? And what? I remember when I first looked into starting my channel. When I first looked in, because if you look on my subscribers, I don't really have any subscribers. So if you're watching this, thank you very much. At this point, I don't have any subscribers yet. But I've been off and on here for quite some years now. Quite a few years. But when I first started my channel, I didn't know what I was doing. I was trying to figure it out. And I'm like, okay, how do I get subscribers? How do I get this up? And the number one way of getting subscribers was to actually purchase likes, which I refuse to do. Okay? But the number one way, the fastest way to build your channel up and get subscribers was to purchase likes and to purchase subscribers, right? Because it's basically you're paying for tracking, and you're paying to have your videos placed at the top of the algorithm, right? So, and now I personally just could not bring myself to do it. That's why I still don't have any subscribers, right? To this very day. That and then the fact that I have such a busy family life that I don't always have time to be on here to keep making videos every single day, 3-4 videos a day every single day. I miss a lot. And then, of course, I'm not a rich person. I'm not, and because since I don't have a bunch of subscribers, and I'm not getting rich off of YouTube or Rumble or any other platform, you know, since I'm not getting rich on any platform or making any money off of any of the platforms or any of the videos that I do, I have a family to provide for. I have to work for a living. I've got to take care of my family. Therefore, I don't have the money, the extra money to go out and just buy a bunch of like high dollar equipment. So it took me a very long time to save up to purchase the system that I have right now, that I'm running on right now, recording this very video on. It took me a long time to save up the money to even purchase this system because I'm not a rich person. I'm not wealthy. Some would say I'm poor. Okay, I'm pretty poor actually, as far as you know, based on American standards. I'm probably pretty poor. Although I don't see myself as poor because I've got a beautiful family. I've got a wonderful family. We have a roof over our head. We've got food in our mouth. I work, I make money, and I provide for my family. So I don't see myself as being poor. We have God in our lives, and so I don't see myself as being poor. To me, I'm rich. But by American standards, I'm poor. I'm not. I don't live a luxurious life. I'm not wealthy. Okay, so I don't have a bunch of money. And maybe if I invested some money into purchasing subscribers and purchasing all these things, you know, maybe my channel would get up there, and maybe I would be at the top of the algorithm and become more popular for a whole lot faster. But to me, that wouldn't make me very genuine in the context of the work that I do. And I always want to remain as genuine and as pure and as honest as possible. So it's not for me. But let's be honest, a lot of people have done this. This is not an unusual thing, man. The Getchell family, if they are purchasing subscribers, and let's just go with the evidence that is presented here and say that they are, right? Let's say that this evidence is true, and they are. So what? So what? Okay, so they're purchasing subscribers to speed up the process so that their channel will get bigger faster. What does that prove? That has nothing to do with any of the disgusting and sick accusations thrown against them. Nothing at all. And with the content that they're making, I don't see where there's a big deal. Okay, so they purchase subscribers to make their channel bigger. I mean, heck, look at the content they're making. All they're doing is dancing and acting silly in front of the camera together and showing off their daddy-daughter relationship and how close they are. And honestly, it should be an encouragement to all families. It should be encouragement to all dads and daughters to say, hey, you know what? Maybe we should be like this. Maybe we should have a close relationship like they have. Right? It should be an encouragement. But instead, people turn it into something weird and something perverted. This is so messed up.
In another kind of disturbing theory, which is disgusting saying it out loud. I am disgusted saying this stuff out loud because this family is weird. But anyways.
See, because this family is weird. Oh God, they're so weird because they're not like us. They're so weird because they have a close relationship. They're so weird. Oh my God, get a freaking life. Get a life.
Patrick and Sarah run their own different type of content, if you know what I mean. Content that's a little bit more inappropriate. And their donators and followers or community from that type of content, they actually donate to their TikTok content too, to show support, which is honestly disgusting. So basically their community from potentially their other type of videos that are a lot more inappropriate, which of course isn't proven but could be, are donating to them on TikTok, which is so disgusting. I feel bad. I really hope somehow that this family just gets help, or Sarah gets help, or even the Hunter, Sarah's little brother, gets help, because honestly I think he's probably in
Okay. Hunter, Sarah's little brother. Everybody's going, well, where was Teresa at? Where was the mom at while Sarah and her dad were up playing video games at 2 o'clock in the morning in their bedroom? Well, maybe the mom was with Hunter. Where was Hunter at? Maybe they didn't want to wake Hunter up. So in turn, maybe they decided to go to the bedroom, and maybe the mom was kind enough to go out, maybe go into the living room or the kitchen and hang out or whatever, play on her phone or get on her computer and do things on her computer while they were in the bedroom live streaming and playing video games together. Maybe they chose the bedroom because Hunter was asleep and they didn't want to wake Hunter up. You ever think about that? Hello?
Need for help. And not to mention, someone called the cops to their house, I think, one time recently.
They think they can scare us.
That's so twisted. Called the cops to their house. Man, you people are so messed up, man. You people are so freaking twisted and wrong. This is so wrong to put people through this. To do this to families. To try to do everything in your power to ruin a close, tight-knit family. Just because they're close, just because they have love and affection for one another, and they're not like you, full of hate and full of envy, full of stripes and contentions and gossip and all of these wicked thoughts. Just because they're not like you, people want to cause as much trouble and drama as they possibly can for these people, for families like this. This is so wrong.
What do they do now? Like, spamming the chat. A police investigation has been opened.
Every current Red Sox players, I haven't been able to keep up for a couple of years.
And, you know...
That is so messed up. Guys, I'm sorry. That's twisted, dude. That is freaking wrong. This is wrong. For you people to call the police on the family, for what reason? Because the dad and the daughter has a close relationship? That's fudged up, man. That's wrong. This is so messed up and wrong.
At first, beforehand, Patrick was like, oh yeah, guys, call the cop, we don't care. But the second the cop showed up at their house, oh man, Sarah looked a little bit scared and just, they looked a little bit uneasy. And, you know...
And for good reason! It's the cops! Yes! The cops show up at your door because people are accusing you of some weird stuff going on. Accusing a dad of having weird stuff going on with his daughter. And the police show up at your door because they're opening up a police investigation. Shoot, yeah, I'd be scared. You know, because... I mean, come on, dude. What kind of... This is nonsense. Yeah, they have a right to be concerned because this is wrong. And so, I mean, what all kind of hell are they going to have to go through because of you evil bastards? You sick, evil people who have twisted and disgusting and perverted minds, or you just get your thrills off of being hateful and nasty to people who actually have love because you are just full of hate.
People are like, Teresa's just, you know, not in on it. She's very clueless. She's a little bit slow, but I don't think she is. I think she's in on it because, you know, once Patrick got...
Again, there's that language. I think she's in on it. You're saying it as if there's actually something there, as if you have absolute proof and evidence that there's that as if these accusations are true. Well, Teresa's, I think she is in on it. You see, this is wrong. You have no proof that there is any it. You're casting out false allegations. You people are causing all these issues and problems for this family. And you're because of your own hateful and nasty and disgusting minds and hearts.
Exposed for creating a fake AI account that was very sexual and weird. His daughter, Sarah, and his wife, Teresa, didn't seem shocked. So, of course, I made another video on this, but I think when it comes to that, the family knows. Or at least, Sarah and Teresa knows that Patrick is weird and they're trying to defend him because either one, they have been trained from a very young age, at least Sarah and Teresa from the beginning of their marriage, that this stuff.
And now you're accusing Patrick of grooming his daughter. Or you might even be accusing Sarah or Teresa and Patrick of grooming Sarah. Oh my god.
Stuff is normal. And maybe he's using some type of sedative or something like that. And not to mention another thing on livestream is where Sarah and Patrick are flirting almost, it seems like.
Hey, can't believe you're trying. You don't need it.
No, leave my water.
I play like that with my daughter, and I can assure you I don't flirt with my daughter. He's playing, they're goofing with one another, they're having fun together. It's a daddy-daughter relationship. They're actually having fun together. There's nothing weird about that. There's nothing perverted, nothing wrong, nothing sick. You people are making it perverted. You're putting something, you're throwing this in there because of your own twisted and sick and perverted nasty thoughts, man. This is so wrong. Or let's say I used to play like that with my daughter. Again, my daughters have grown up and they don't play with daddy anymore like that. We would not, at least not very often. We still goof off sometimes, but no, it's a little different now because they're not little girls anymore. They're grown women now. So, and no, that's hard on me because I love my daughters and I miss them. I miss my little girls. I miss my little babies. But anyway, I digress. There's nothing weird about this.
Thank you, Beth, for the check. You have your own.
I'm gonna fill it up for you.
Are you my bartender now?
Yes.
She's being sweet. What is wrong with this? She's filling up the water glass for her dad. So what's the problem? I don't see where there's anything weird here at all. There's nothing weird about this. Nothing.
No, there isn't.
Crazy kid. Oh.
Poke me in the eye.
It's just so disgusting. Like,
It's so disgusting that she would pour her dad a glass of water and they would poke at one another and play around and have fun together. Oh God, that's so disgusting. The hell is wrong with you people? What is wrong with you? You people are disgusting. God, your hate, your nasty hatefulness disgusts me. And I pray to God that you repent.
like, I'm sorry, guys. It really does mess with you. And I know people.
No, it messes with you. It's all things like this is only messing with you if you have a sick and twisted and perverted mind. Things like this is only messing with you if you are full of hate and you can't stand the idea or the concept of other people actually loving one another and actually showing that love and affection toward one another. That's the only way that it's going to bother you. It's going to be troubling to you.
People make jokes about them. Even sometimes I make jokes about them. But it really is disgusting at that.
There's nothing that... You people are disgusting. You're disgusting. You are absolutely disgusting. I'm sorry. You're disgusting.
End of the day, and I really do hope this case gets solved. I want to see a Netflix documentary on this.
Oh, what? Okay, you want to see a Netflix documentary on a family that loves one another? You know what? I do too. I would love it. I hope they make a documentary, and I hope it shows that they are completely innocent, and that it's an innocent dad and daughter relationship, and that they love one another, and that they expose the disgusting nature of our society today. And people like you, Liminal Archive, people like you, who are disgusted at the fact that a daddy and daughter would get along so well that they would play together and goof off together and love one another and show one another affection as a daddy and daughter should. Not sexual. There's nothing sexual about anything that they're doing. Nothing. I have not seen a single thing that they're doing that is weird or sexual. Nothing. 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 You're making it, you're turning it into something, and you're calling it disgusting. You're either jealous because maybe you have daddy-daughter issues and maybe you don't have a relationship with your dad. I don't know. It's not for me to accuse or throw accusations against you, but I'm just saying there's for you people to throw out issues and accusations against this family and against that daddy-daughter relationship, trying to draw wedges between the daddy-daughter relationship, even to the point of someone calling the police and trying to start up a police investigation against them. Man, you people have serious mental issues. They really do. We really do need to bring back mental asylums again, because a lot of you people need to be put in an asylum because you're psychotic. You people have serious mental issues. That's all I'm saying. You people have serious mental issues.
Because I really hope.
And of course, from a Christian, that's my natural flesh talking here. Lord forgive me. Because from a Christian or faith-based perspective, we understand that we don't wrestle against flesh and blood, but against spiritual enemies, principalities of the air, which are demons. Okay, we wrestle against demons, and you people are full of demons. You are. You're hateful. You're hateful, nasty people.
Hope that at least Hunter gets help. I think he is.
Gets help for what? Hope. Hunter get. Oh, I hope that at least Hunter gets help. Help from what? Show me the freaking evidence. Show me the evidence that this family's done anything wrong. This is messed up, man. I hope that Hunter gets help. Help from what? I hope that you people get help. You people need help. You need help. Seriously, you people have serious mental issues, man. That you can look at this beautiful family and come up with something perverted and disgusting, and cast out all these accusations without a shred of any evidence of anything, any wrongdoing. You're wrong. This is wrong.
And I really hope he's okay. But yeah, thank you for watching this video. I think in the future, as more stuff happens, I'll do a lot more updated information about.
And I'm sure you come on there and you're spread more gossip, and you're spread more hate and more allegations, more accusations without without actual evidence. I'm sure you will. I'm sure you will. Oh, guys, this one's got me really pissed off. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know this family. I don't know anything about the Getchell family. I don't know them other than the accusations, and I went back and I've watched a bunch of their videos just to see if the accusations were true, and I didn't find any evidence of any wrongdoing at all. None. I found zero evidence of any wrongdoing, but what I did find are a bunch of hateful, nasty-ass people putting out accusations, casting disgusting, sick accusations, just like what she's doing on this video right here. Just like what she's doing on this video right here, casting out disgusting, sick accusations against a family that seems to have nothing but love and affection for one another. I don't know if these people that are casting these accusations out are just jealous because they don't have that type of relationship with their family members, or if they're just so hateful and nasty that the thought that anybody could be this loving toward one another, it's just that drives them mad. It drives them absolutely mad. It drives them crazy. They can't stand it. It absolutely just disgusts them. That they're disgusted that any dad and daughter could have this close of a relationship, and it disgusts them. And so they have to put things in there that aren't there. They have to create these moments. I have to say, oh, this is so weird. It's so disgusting. It's so weird that the dad is holding his daughter or holding his daughter's hand, or it's so weird that the dad is hugging his daughter, wrapping his arms around his daughter. It's so weird that this dad is giving his daughter a promise ring, or it's so weird that the dad is up at 2 a.m. playing a video game with his daughter in the bedroom, and it's so weird. It's only weird because you're making weird people. Okay, I'm gonna end this video right now. I've got to go. This has just got me stirred up. This has got me pissed off. Reality check. Truth unveiled. Thank you for tuning in. I'm